Hello, beautiful soul, and thanks so much for tuning in again. I am Astar, and welcome to 𝑓. So, I am very excited about this reading because today I thought I'm going to be pushing the boundaries when it comes to creative divination tools. Because today we are here with our magical pyramid and we are going to be using banknotes as divination tool. I was taking a look at my banknotes collection from banknotes that I collected during my travels, and I thought, why not using them to channel messages from spirit? There are a lot of them, and I thought I just make it very spontaneously. I don't really have an intention in mind, and I just want to see if this works. So if you happen to see this video, then it means that it did work and I ended up posting the video. So congratulations. Thanks for making it here. But before we begin, I actually invite you to just for a moment think about the concept of money. Like, isn't it crazy that we collectively decided that a piece of paper is worth something? Or in other words, that our life force energy is being transferred onto a piece of paper. And then at the same time, we also have the power to say, this is worth nothing. So I feel money as we know it is a work of magic in a way. But then at the same time, it's also very unstable, because in one day, everything could be losing its worth or losing its value. So what are alternative banking methods, or what is an alternative money system? And I feel it's very important to ask ourselves this question, like what could be an alternative to money? Or is it going to be all digital, or is it a completely new system? Like, how are we going to manage our finances in the new earth? And I feel this is a very important topic. So let's see if anything in regards to that comes up. But again, I allow spirit to channel through me and to relay any messages for the collective that are needing to come through right now. So yeah, enough talking, and let's see where this is going. I'm very excited to see. So we have this magical sorting hat. I'm gonna place the banknotes inside, and let's see what we have. All right. So we have Hungarian money. And the first thing that I notice is 666. The angel number 666 could be significant. Okay, now I have the confirmation. Looking at this card, at this banknote here, it's reminding me of the Ace of Cups. And with the number 6, it has to do with unconditional love. And it's actually talking about what is your source of divine love? What is your source of energy? What is your fountain? What is your source for nourishment? Like, where do you get your energy from? And it's actually an invitation to see whether the source of energy that you derive, like your spring of energy, if that is in alignment with your soul. Because very often we might, for example, when we feel a lack of love, or when we feel a lack of something in our life, we try to fill it up with something that is an alternative to that. For example, if we are not able to have loving relationships or loving conversations, or if there is no kindness, then we always try to fill up that void with, for example, food or overeating or substance abuse or alcohol or cannabis or other drugs or whatever. And this message here, it's coming through to ask you, or ask the collective, what is your source of love? Like, where do you get love from, basically? Is it coming directly from source? Is it coming from friendships, healthy relationships? Or are you indulging in a habit which is not necessarily beneficial? Because also with the 666, it's almost asking you to see which habits are not in alignment with your truth. And if you are doing certain things just because you want to do them, just because it's your choice, or because you feel compelled to do it, maybe because of a pattern or because of a certain habit. So Spirit is coming through to invite you to ask yourself, how can your cup be filled with love? And see if the way you fill your cup with love is in alignment with your heart. Very interesting. Interesting first energy and message. Let's see what else. Oh, this is exciting, isn't it? Okay, let's see. Okay, number 2. So partnership is definitely significant here. Your relationship to other people, but not just the relationship with other people, but also your relationship with the environment. Like, how do you interact with the environment? Or there is something about seeing yourself as a mirror, and which situations in your life are mirroring something back to you that you don't really like. For example, if you are triggered by the global situation and you think there is so much injustice, why do so many people have to suffer? What about that situation has something to do with your internal process? So it's almost asking you to navigate through life imagining yourself as being a mirror, because there is something about understanding the relationship between the outside world and your inner environment. So, for example, if you feel fully embodied and fully grounded and fully at peace and at ease with yourself, then maybe you're not so much triggered about the global situation. Or, for example, when you feel that you meditate and you feel calm and contained, then you're not easily swept aside by an argument, for example. But if you are being triggered by arguments, or if you are being triggered by other people, what is it about your process where there is a resonance? Because again, everything is a mirror. And Spirit is coming through to ask you to, yes, be aware of that and using it as a tool for empowerment. And knowing that if there is a trigger in the outside world, it's only here to reveal a part of ourselves that wants to be seen. And so it's actually a very powerful, it's a powerful energy. And let's see if there is any advice on how to do it. I'm asking for advice. Let's see. Okay, this one here. Okay, another banknote from Estonia, Estonian krona. And there is a bird. Yes, definitely communication. Communication is the most important thing. It's actually asking you to look at the way you communicate with your environment, or also with the people around you. So, for example, if you see that you're making harsh comments about the behavior of other people, or if you see that you're unhappy with someone, or also inspired by someone, if you look at someone and you're like, oh wow, this person really inspires me, or I also want to do these things, or like, it's actually asking you to communicate clearly what you feel and just making it seen or acknowledging it. And this can be with yourself. You could start journaling, for example, why do you react in a certain way in certain situations, or just ask, like just speaking with someone. Like, if for example you are in a relationship and your partner or your friend triggers you, just voicing your feelings and trying to understand yourself better in the situation, not attacking the person, because you want to remind yourself that you are simply a mirror. So if you're attacking another person, it's actually you attacking yourself. So it's very much asking you to approach situations with very open and honest communication, and to just allow your emotions to be seen. Because the main point of this reading, I feel, is to bring in flow and to open the heart, open the fountain of love in the heart. And in order to have balanced relationships and a feeling of feeling at peace and at ease, things need to be communicated. We need to know how we feel, and the other person needs to know how they feel. Like there needs to be open communication when it comes to voicing our feelings, voicing our emotions. Also with the ocean, there is a big importance of being on the same page. Because if we don't express how we feel, if we keep our emotions inside, then one person is doing one version of the story, the other person is doing the other version of the story based on projections. Because if there is lack of communication, people will start projecting onto each other. It's talking about the importance of open communication when it comes to showing our feelings. And that is the winning formula when it comes to opening our heart and allowing the real love to flow. And yeah, let's see where this is going. This one here. Ooh, oh, look at that. 111 is the first thing that comes up. And the color green, yes, it's about the heart. It's really about the heart. 111, 111. Maybe some of you, for some of you, this could be a sign. You might be seeing 111. Or also that something that you have been manifesting is close to materializing in the physical realm. Because there is something that is very dear to your heart is about to come in. Maybe you have been trying to manifest more harmony or more harmonious relationships, or just a feeling of open-heartedness, or healing something. Or together 25 is also adding up to the number 7, so finding a new sense of stability, maybe even enlightenment or spiritual awakening. There is something about the expansion of your heart space, and this is about to come. And I'm being made to feel this is the result of looking at your relationships in a different way, in a different light. Because certain situations maybe have forced you to voice your emotions, to speak up, to allow your song to be seen or heard. And this is what is allowing the blockages in the heart to open and more ease to come in. Like I'm really feeling this Ace of Cups energy that is wanting to come through. So let's see what else we have. This one here. Ooh, we have a banknote from Egypt. Okay, so the first thing I notice is that it's very faint. You cannot really see things. And there is definitely a change that you're not expecting, because right now you're not really seeing things. Like you really, really have to go closely to see what kind of image there is. So you have an inkling that something new is coming. Maybe for some of you who don't really resonate with the relationship message, this could also refer to a certain manifestation that is very close to coming in. And right now you might not be seeing things clearly, but just know that a change is coming, and that everything that you need to know will be revealed to you in due time. And also with Egypt, Egypt is the land of the mysteries, of magic. Like a secret is soon going to be revealed to you, which will help you to move forward. I'm also seeing, I don't know if you can see this group moving forward. So there is definitely moving forward energy, and you will find the missing piece very, very soon. And it's going to create momentum. Ooh, exciting. Where is this going? Let's see. Let's see what comes up. No, not this. This. There we go. Ooh. Another, okay, definitely. Another Egyptian banknote. Okay, well, that's actually, let's take it as a confirmation This one is much clearer, and you see here the figures, they are sitting on a throne, and it's the number 1, so it's a new beginning. So every question mark you might have right now, every unanswered question that you might have right now, the answer is going to come, and it's going to lead to a new beginning where things will have solidified in a way. Because the figures, I think this is actually the temple, or the Ramses II in, at the very, I don't know the name of the city. It's in the very south, very close to the border of Sudan. Like, and what I know about this temple is that only once a year, and I believe it's the spring equinox, I'm not too sure about that, but only once a year, the sun enters exactly this slit, and it's lighting up the statue of Ramses II, which lies inside the temple or the tomb or whatever it is. And this really talks about the importance of divine timing. The reason why you can't see things right now is because the timing of this happening is crucial. So it's almost like you're approaching the moment where the sun is entering this slit and the statue is being enlightened, and a new situation is being solidified with the figure sitting on the throne. Like a person, a figure sitting on the throne is always a symbol of stability, of structure, of a new pattern or a new routine, a new relationship, a new lifestyle. There's definitely new beginnings when it comes to, yes, your life, your how you approach life, and also how you, very much something to do with power, since it's royal energy, like it's the energy of a king, of an emperor, like finding new structure, new stability. Very interesting. Let's see where all of this is going. There we go. Okay, okay, there are many Estonian, there is a lot of Estonian money. Maybe some of you are from Estonia, who knows? But the first thing that comes up is the tree. I really feel the message is about the tree. I'm being taken to the tree of life. And with the number 10, there is a feeling of the closing of a cycle. So the completion of something that has to do with healing generational trauma or generational karma. Because I'm being made to feel that the cycle that is ending right now allows you to grow a really abundant tree. Maybe before you needed to go through, let's say, a lot of healing, a lot of purging, a lot of releasing, in order to make sure that the tree can grow abundantly and it can bear fruits. Because a tree that is growing in a place where, let's say, the soil is full of weeds or is rotten or is not full of nourishing minerals, like, we cannot grow a strong tree based on a faulty foundation. So I'm being made to feel you were going through a big karmic cycle that was here to clean the soil, add nourishment to the soil, like getting rid of all these emotional energies which are not in alignment, getting rid of projections, getting rid of just ancestral karma. Like, it's really something about clearing karmic energies so that this new tree can grow. And with the tree of life, it's also it's not just talking about money, but it's also talking about like thriving on a soul level. So maybe before you were in survival mode, or you were just going through a lot, but right now with the 10, it's the closing of the cycle, and the work that you have done up until this point is allowing the tree to grow abundantly. And it's growing in a way where your soul will feel nourished, coming back to the fountain. Like, it's really about providing the right kind of nourishment so that the tree can grow. Obviously, if we put poison into the tree is not going to grow nicely. But if we put unconditional love and caring and gratitude and just high vibrational love and energy, then it's gonna thrive, and then we can eat the fruits and share our fruits with other people. No one wants to eat poisonous fruits. But before we could eat the juicy apples, the juicy golden fruits of eternality, the juicy fruits of eternity, the golden nectar, the honey, the awakened consciousness, before that can come, we first need to drink the poison, and to get rid of the poison by experiencing the poison. Like, I'm being also reminded of the story of Shiva. And our name for Shiva is 𝇼Star, which means the blue throat. And there is a story where Shiva drinks the poison, but Shiva is not able to drink it completely, because if Shiva drinks the poison completely, that's not even possible, because Shiva is the nature of eternity. Shiva is similar to Osiris. It's the eternal rebirth, the eternal death and rebirth, the eternal cycle of creation, but the experiencing consciousness which is untouched by the cycle of creation. So it's really asking you to be Shiva. So even if you might be experiencing the poison of separation, like the poison of duality, or the poison of arguments, or the poison of feeling disconnected from source, knowing that you can never truly ingest the poison. You keep it in the throat, and that's why it's in the throat, like it has to do with communication. And then you spit it out again. Like through the communication, through spitting out the poison through the throat, we are able to come back to oneness, or we are able to find our way back to oneness. And that's why the poison is not affecting Shiva, because again, Shiva can never be destroyed. Shiva is the eternal nature. And when we understand that even if we have to drink poison, even if there is separation and suffering, these are only here so that we can enjoy the golden fruits, so that we can eat from the tree, and it's the fruit of eternity. Once we remember that we are eternal beings, that no matter how much suffering we went through in our life, we are unaffected by it. And that's Shiva. Knowing that we are unaffected by duality, knowing that we are unaffected by the poison, spitting it out through the throat in the sense of speaking our truth, speaking the truth that we are eternal beings of source consciousness. And that is the formula of growing an abundant tree. Ooh, beautiful energy. I'm gonna do a few more. Let's see where this is going. Okay, we have, I cannot read Greek, but I am 100% sure that it's Greek money. I don't even know what the currency is called. Let me know if you know. But the first thing that comes through is, yeah, this Olympian, something about, also the eagle is significant. I'm actually using another one as clarification, because I feel there is an important message, but we are missing a component. Oh, look, Egyptian money again. Okay, it's the eagle. Now we have the confirmation. Okay, 25 piastres. Okay, and abundant crops is also a thing. Okay, it's really talking about willpower. And moving forward, it's very much about focusing our intentions, because the eagle is, let's say, the spirit animal which has to do with clear vision. I believe the eagle is even the bird that is flying the highest. I think that's the case. So out of all the birds, the eagle is on top of the tree of life. And there are even countless stories where the eagle is on top of, like, it's sometimes it's the phoenix, sometimes it's the firebird, other times it's the eagle. In the Vedic tradition, it's Garuda. The eagle is the representation of heaven, but it's also connected with the energy of Zeus, of Ra, of the sun. And it's really talking about acting from a place of seeing the whole picture, like seeing the whole tree of life, not just seeing the heavenly perspective, but also being able to see, let's say, the underworld, or let's say the lower realms. Like, it's asking us to have this unified, holistic vision so that we can focus our intentions and so that we can be more precise in our actions. Because when we focus, when we know exactly where to focus our life force energy, when we know exactly what is going to be sustainable for us in the long run, then it can create crops, abundant crops. But if we invest in something which is not really serving us, or again, if we are indulging in a pattern which is destructive for ourselves, then we can never really maybe create abundance or be happy. So with the ego coming through, it's asking us to simply look at our life from a different perspective and to really get to the core of what is it that makes me happy? What is my passion? Where do I want to invest my energy? And if I invest my energy here, is it really going to bring the result? Like, is this thing really making me happy? Is this thing that I'm investing in really going to bring the fruits? Or do I just think this is going to bring abundance and happiness? So it's very much asking you to be very honest with yourself and to get rid of all the illusions, and really with the ego look at your life from a different perspective and ask yourself whether your actions are in alignment with your highest good, or if there needs to be some adjustment to be done. But then at the same time, knowing that if things are not in alignment, it's okay, because this is part of getting rid of the poisons and the toxins so that the tree can grow abundantly. So even if you have to face a lot of conflicts or a lot of unpleasant situations, these two are here so that you can have an abundant crop and so that you can have just the rewards of your efforts. Because the ego, yes, it's about putting in the willpower and the energy and the effort, but the ego also knows that they are the king, that whatever they do is going to be fruitful. And you're being asked to journey throughout your life with this energy, like knowing that everything, every action you take that is in alignment with your soul is going to bring results, no matter what. Okay, and I feel one last banknote. Then we're finishing this. I actually loved how this turned out. I didn't expect it, but yeah, it's always nice to experiment. Okay, look, Egypt again. Wow, that's synchronistic. And there are many other banknotes, like of many other countries, so there is definitely something about it. And I feel this is just coming through as a confirmation of what I have been sharing with the 10. Now the cycle is over. And from now on, you always want to walk this earth plane thinking about yourself as being the king, thinking about yourself as being the eagle, and always knowing that spirit has your back. And this has to do with divine sovereignty. Because if you know that you are a divine being guided by spirit with every breath, then you approach this life very differently, instead of seeing yourself as the victim of your circumstances. And being in a victimhood mentality is only here to allow us to get to know the strength of our character in the first place. Because maybe if everything went smoothly, then the king would not develop the character that the king needs in order to build an empire. Like building an empire, in order to build an abundant empire, we need also to understand the perspective of the people. We cannot just come in as a tyrant and start to do things without understanding the whole part of the tree. We have to understand the high perspective, the soul perspective, but we also have to understand the human perspective. And only if we have both sides, we can move forward in a way that is in alignment. So moving forward, always knowing that spirit has your back and that we can always tune into this higher perspective where, yeah, we can ask our soul to show us the other side of the story. We can ask our soul to tell us how to move forward in a way that is in alignment with our soul, and in a way that is honoring our own inner eagle, our own inner phoenix. Because the eagle, the phoenix, Osiris, that's the similar energy. Shiva, Osiris, it's this eternal death and rebirth. But at the same time, knowing that we are eternal anyway, and that we are sovereign divine beings. And when we walk with that knowingness, then we can, yeah, we can only win. Because if you put out the energy that you are a king, if we are wearing our crown proudly, then the universe is not going to be like, oh, who are you to wear your crown? They're like, oh, look at them, they are wearing their crown, let's give them more of that, or let's give them more abundance or more situations where they can wear their crown. It's really about knowing that we are the creators. And again, Spirit has our back, and it is safe to move forward, even if things are not just clear yet. But then at the same time, if we act from that place of divine sovereignty, where we know that we can only win, and where we know that no matter what we are doing, Spirit is always on our side, then things are going to be much smoother. And that's what I feel with the 10. The cycle is over. You are moving into calmer waters. And even if there are some storms coming up, know that they are only here to remove the poison so that the tree can grow even more abundantly. But yeah, it's just about being willing to look at our shadows, being willing to integrate our shadows. And even if there is a confrontation, even if there is maybe um, triggers or other arguments, knowing that it's only here to develop our character and to align our actions with Source, with our truth, with our divine essence. And this is what allows this fountain to flow. And then we derive energy from the true source, from divine source, from God's source, from pure love, instead of indulging in maybe habits that are not really serving us. So it's really source coming through to remind us of our sovereignty, basically, of our kingship, our queenship, that we are the creators of our reality, and that everything is actually a blessing, and that we are here to grow the most beautiful and most abundant and thriving tree ever. So beautiful energy, beautiful messages, and definitely look forward to changes. Look forward to things manifesting. I keep on being taken also here. Yeah, 111. Beautiful confirmation. And yes, please let me know how you liked this format, and if you would like to see more banknote readings. And yeah, I really hope you're having a beautiful day. I really hope that you're enjoying your time, and I hope to see